1,000 English words with meaning in sentence.
Unit 1.
To look at something for information. Refer. Refer. Please refer to our website for more information. A large official meeting. Conference. Conference. Mr. Smith is the guest speaker at the conference. To take legal action against someone. Sue. Sue. My wife is suing for divorce. An amount of money that a worker is paid. Wage. Wage. The job pays very high wages. The person employed for wages or salary. Employee. Employee. The company is being sued by 3 former employees. Something that happens. Occurrence. Occurrence. It was an unexpected occurrence. A written or spoken statement that tells people about something. Announcement. Announcement. I saw their wedding announcement in the paper. To tell people about something officially. Announce. Announce. The government announced a cut in the consumption tax. Something that someone says or writes officially. Statement. Statement. The company made a statement about the new work hours. The time of rest and freedom from work. Vacation. Vacation. Wendy could not wait for her vacation to start.
A group of people who work together for the same purpose. Organization. Organization. She is the leader of a large international organization. Someone whose job is to advise people about laws. Lawyer. Lawyer. He's rich enough to hire a good lawyer. A person or organization using the services of a professional person or company. Client. Client. The client talked with the lawyer. To think of someone or something in a certain way. Regard. Regard. His mother always regarded him as the smartest of their children. A building, a piece of land, or both together. Property. Property. There are several properties for sale in this area. An increase in the level of something. Rise. Rise. There has been a sharp rise in property values. To think that something will happen. Expect. Expect. We are expecting a rise in food prices next month. Something that tells you what someone or something is like. Description. Description. The report gives a full description of her work. A report of description of an event or experience. Account. Account. He has already given a full account of our action. A record of money spent or received. Account. Account. I closed that bank account when I came to Japan.
The book that is read on a computer or other electronic device. E-book. E-book. Many people enjoy reading with their e-book. Able to be used or obtained. Available. Available. The files are available for download. To get something. Obtain. Obtain. You must obtain permission from your parents. A written message. Memo. Memo. He sent a memo to his staff telling them about the change. To give someone something that they want or need. Provide. Provide. We are here to provide a service for the public. To become larger in amount or number. Increase. Increase. The population has increased by 15%. To become less or smaller. Decrease. Decrease. His interest in television has decreased since he started reading. Special or great. Particular. Particular. You must pay particular attention to this point. A measurement of the number of times something happens during a particular period. Rate. Rate. The employment rate had increased over the past month. The specific size of something. Measurement. Measurement. Each boat is built to exactly the same measurements.
The action of reserving something. Reservation. Reservation. I made a reservation for a lesson. In accord with the rules of logic. Logical. Logical. A computer is programmed using logical languages. An official agreement, especially between countries. Accord. Accord. All of the countries in the UN signed the peace accord. A promise or decision made between two or more people. Agreement. Agreement. The 20 countries signed an agreement to cut air pollution. A written agreement between two or more countries. Treaty. Treaty. It is called the Russo-Japanese Peace Treaty. A written or spoken agreement. Contract. Contract. Our contract requires employees to arrive at work by 9 o'clock. Something that has been successfully done or completed. Accomplishment. Accomplishment. His family is proud of all his academic accomplishments. A feeling of admiring someone or something. Respect. Respect. I have a great respect for her accomplishments. Showing good manners or respect for other people. Politely. Politely. He politely answers my questions. The act of asking politely or formally for something. Request. Request. The city council made a request for additional parking spaces.
To have a positive feeling towards someone or something. Approve. Approve. I don't approve of smoking. To respect or approve of someone or something. Admire. Admire. I really admire people who can work in such difficult conditions. Honest and saying or showing what you really feel or believe. Sincere. Sincere. Our teacher is a sincere person, so I look up him. Not false or fake. Genuine. Genuine. This watch is made of genuine gold. Always telling the truth. Honest. Honest. She hasn't been very honest with us. In a way that shows what you really feel. Sincerely. Sincerely. I sincerely believe that this is the best decision. For each. Per. Per. This job pays $3 per hour. At an unknown time. Sometime. Sometime. Volunteers will be arriving sometime this week. Connected with food and other goods sold at a supermarket. Grocery. Grocery. That grocery store sells fresh produce. To guess the value, size, or cost of something. Estimate. Estimate. He estimated his grocery bill before he got to the cashier.
Unit 2.
To watch a person and make certain that everything is done correctly. Supervise. Supervise. He supervised his children playing near the pool. A person who supervises a person or an activity. Supervisor. Supervisor. I want an estimate form soon so I can report to my supervisor. The use of something. Consumption. Consumption. We aim to reduce energy consumption. Money paid by people for the support of the government. Tax. Tax. Our consumption tax will go up next year. The process of questioning people who are representative of a larger group. Poll. Poll. The poll was held on Sunday last week. To choose someone by voting. Elect. Elect. They agreed to elect him as president. A particular area in a country or the world. Region. Region. She was born in the southeastern region of the United States. A person who speaks or acts for a group or community. Representative. Representative. He was elected as the region representative. To show which person or party you want. Vote. Vote. I have the right to vote. A person who is trying to be elected. Candidate. Candidate. The candidate polled 2,000 votes.
To choose someone for a job or to do something. Nominate. Nominate. I would like to nominate him as chairman. A group of stars that forms a particular shape. Constellation. Constellation. The Little Bear constellation is used by navigators at sea. A place where something or someone is located. Position. Position. The chart shows the positions of the constellations in the night sky. Items that are made to be sold. Goods. Goods. You can buy some goods more cheaply in Japan. Unusual or surprising. Remarkable. Remarkable. She has a remarkable memory. The quality of being fair and truthful. Honesty. Honesty. He is remarkable for his honesty. A plan of what to do in particular situations. Policy. Policy. Honesty is the best policy. To ask for something forcefully. Demand. Demand. He demanded that she return the book she borrowed from him. To demand a price from someone for a service or goods. Charge. Charge. They charged me the full amount even though they were late. To fix something that is broken. Repair. Repair. I must get my bicycle repaired. An event at which a group of people meet to learn something. Workshop. Workshop. The organization runs an anger management workshop. A room or building where goods are manufactured or repaired. Workshop. Workshop. I went into the workshop and exhibition room of the young artist. The center of a town or city,
especially the business or shopping areas. Downtown. Downtown. The parade will take place in the downtown area. To grow or develop well. Flourish. Flourish. Palm trees flourish in hot countries. The production of goods in factories. Industry. Industry. The fishing industry is flourishing in that town. Not changed by any process. Raw. Raw. He eats sliced raw fish. To produce something. Manufacture. Manufacture. This factory manufactures car parts. To take action in order to achieve something. Deal. Deal. We'll deal with the next two items on this list. Anything used for making something else. Material. Material. What material is this dress made of? An official paper that gives information about something. Document. Document. It is important to keep all your financial documents in one place.
A small pamphlet or magazine containing information of a service or product. Brochure. Brochure. John was hired to edit the museum's brochure. To think carefully about something you might do. Consider. Consider. I considered telling him the truth. Something that might happen or be true. Likely. Likely. The weather seems likely to clear up. The conditions that surround someone or something. Environment. Environment. She grew up in a cruel environment. Making someone suffer or feel unhappy. Cruel. Cruel. I think hunting is cruel to animals. To become larger by natural development. Grow. Grow. Children grow up fast. The degree of heat or cold of an object or an environment. Temperature. Temperature. The temperature last night was -10. To give the impression of being or doing something. Seem. Seem. I seem to have a temperature. 12 o'clock in the daytime. Noon. Noon. The movie starts at noon. To look at something very carefully. Inspect. Inspect. I inspect the machine immediately.
A person whose job is to keep or inspect financial records. Accountant. Accountant. Tax season is a busy time for accountants. To decide that something that was officially planned will not happen. Cancel. Cancel. I will cancel the summer vacation meeting. A person whose job is to serve customers in a store. Clerk. Clerk. He works as a clerk in the local photography store. To need someone or something. Require. Require. I require your response urgently. Needing immediate action. Urgent. Urgent. She is absent because of urgent business. To advertise something. Promote. Promote. He is in London to promote her new book. To try to do something. Attempt. Attempt. I will attempt to answer all your questions. To make a choice about what you are going to do. Decide. Decide. I cannot decide whether to go or not. To make someone decide to do something. Persuade. Persuade. He attempted to persuade his father. To tell people about a product in order to persuade them to buy it. Advertise. Advertise. Many companies advertise their products on TV.
Unit 3.
A notice or announcement promoting a product, service or event. Advertisement. Advertisement. They learned of the sale from an advertisement in the paper. A room usually at the entrance of a building. Lobby. Lobby. She walked into the apartment lobby. To have to pay money back to someone. Oh. Oh. She owes a lot of money to the bank. Owed to someone and must be paid immediately. Due. Due. The payment for your new car is due. Including everything, everyone or every part. Entire. Entire. He spent the entire day at the beach. The number of people who live in a place. Population. Population. The entire population of the town was at the meeting. To increase and become twice the original size or amount. Double. Double. The city has doubled in population since 1960. The worth of something. Value. Value. Our house has almost doubled in value. Very quickly. Rapidly. Rapidly. Property values went up rapidly. A simple picture showing what something looks like. Diagram. Diagram. The diagram illustrates the difference between the two processes.
To make somebody unable to think clearly. Confuse. Confuse. I understand the text but the diagrams are confusing me. One of the equal parts into which the ownership of a company is divided. Share. Share. Share prices are getting confused rapidly this week. A share that somebody has bought in a company or business. Stock. Stock. I will probably buy that company's stock. To increase to a high level very quickly. Soar. Soar. House prices have soared. Out of the ordinary. Dramatically. Dramatically. The wholesale price of soybeans dramatically soared. Happening or starting from a short time ago. Recent. Recent. This situation changed dramatically in recent years. To be in the right or suitable place. Belong. Belong. I belong to the sales department. The most recent or newest. Latest. Latest. His latest work belongs to a different category. Money needed to buy or do something. Expense. Expense. Conference rooms were equipped at great expense. To give money in order to buy something. Pay. Pay. I'll pay those travel expenses.
To become higher. Rise. Rise. The company's shares rose on Wall Street yesterday. An overflow of water onto land. Flood. Flood. The water has risen to flood level. In every part of a place. Throughout. Throughout. He has traveled throughout the world. A person who has been attacked, injured or killed. Victim. Victim. Emergency aid was sent to the flood victims. To give things to a large number of people. Distribute. Distribute. The organization distributed food to the earthquake victims. A small sheet of paper advertising something. Flyer. Flyer. They distributed flyers announcing the concert throughout the city. To officially give something such as a document to someone who wants it. Issue. Issue. Japan Airlines issued flyers with discount coupons. To prepare and issue for public sale. Publish. Publish. The newspaper is published daily. A written record of your education and job history. Resume. Resume. Your resume must be attached to your job application. A reason that you give to explain a mistake. Excuse. Excuse. I'm tired of listening to his excuses.
To plan or arrange something. Organize. Organize. He is helping to organize the town festival this year. To organize an event. Hold. Hold. The meeting will be held in the community center. Someone who buys goods or services. Customer. Customer. The store held a special sale for its regular customers. A word or statement saying sorry for something. Apology. Apology. The company issued an official apology to its customers for its error. To receive something offered. Accept. Accept. Please accept our sincere apologies. To refuse to accept. Reject. Reject. My teacher rejected my excuse for being late. A formal request for something. Application. Application. Her application for membership in this club was rejected. To provide something needed or wanted. Supply. Supply. The store restocked their supply of fresh water. To be on every side of something. Surround. Surround. Huge mountains surround the city. To surround something. Enclose. Enclose. Beautiful mountains enclosed the town.
Careful thought before making a decision about something. Consideration. Consideration. It is under consideration. The amount of money you have for something. Budget. Budget. The project was completed within budget. To finish doing something. Complete. Complete. The work will be completed on schedule. A group of people who are chosen to deal with a particular subject. Committee. Committee. The committee approved the budget. To express a plan for someone to consider. Suggest. Suggest. We suggested to the committee that they review the case again. A suggestion for a plan. Proposal. Proposal. They rejected proposals that the president should be directly elected. To send a proposal or application to a person or organization for consideration. Submit. Submit. Submit your application no later than March 19th. The person who makes an application for something, usually a job. Applicant. Applicant. The successful applicant will be contacted next Monday. A thing providing protection against a possible outcome. Insurance. Insurance. Insurance covered all the repairs to the house from the earthquake. A result of something. Outcome. Outcome. I'm pleased with the outcome of his work.
Unit 4.
To be present in a place or situation. Exist. Exist. He believes that ghosts exist. The possibility that something exists or can happen. Room. Room. The cellular phone industry still has room for growth. To discuss something in order to make an agreement. Negotiate. Negotiate. There is no room to negotiate for that. The act of reducing something. Reduction. Reduction. He refused to accept a reduction in wages. A person who rents property to others. Landlord. Landlord. I will negotiate with the landlord for a reduction in the rent. To allow someone to do something. Permit. Permit. The landlord won't permit him to paint the door red. To permit something. Allow. Allow. Her parents won't allow her to stay out late. Disagrees with something. Against. Against. He is very active in the fight against drugs. Something that you must do. Duty. Duty. She has a duty to support her family. The system of rules that people must obey. Law. Law. It's against the law not to wear seat belts.
Having or showing wisdom or knowledge. Wise. Wise. Early to bed and early to rise makes a healthy and wise. To say you will not do something. Refuse. Refuse. It was wise of you to refuse his offer. To follow someone or something to try to catch them. Pursue. Pursue. I decided there was no need to pursue him. The person who steals money or property. Robber. Robber. They are pursuing the robber. The system of controlling a country. Government. Government. Most people in the country support the new style of government. To use the power of the law to take and keep someone. Arrest. Arrest. The police arrested the robber. To promise to do something or to promise that something will happen. Guarantee. Guarantee. I guarantee you will like the movie. To do what someone tells you to do. Obey. Obey. If you refuse to obey the law, you'll be arrested. The set of laws that a country's government must obey. Constitution. Constitution. The right to free speech is guaranteed by the country's constitution. To change the words of a document. Amend. Amend. The country's constitution was amended to allow women to vote.
Being in a particular place. Present. Present. Everyone who was present agreed to amend the proposal. To be present at an event. Attend. Attend. Everyone in the office was expected to attend. A doctor who does medical operations. Surgeon. Surgeon. That surgeon will operate on you. A conference or other meeting for discussion or training. Seminar. Seminar. This medical condition was discussed at a seminar attended by surgeons. The place where someone is going. Destination. Destination. Kyoto is a very popular holiday destination. To show the way to a destination by walking in front or beside someone. Lead. Lead. She let him lead her along the path. Something packed for carrying or shipping. Parcel. Parcel. The parcel weighs more than 1 pound. Cloth used for making clothes. Fabric. Fabric. This shirt is made of a very soft fabric. A piece of fabric used for cleaning or covering something. Cloth. Cloth. This cloth feels smooth. To take something to a place. Deliver. Deliver. The package was delivered this afternoon.
The action of delivering letters and parcels. Delivery. Delivery. The delivery arrived on time. Directly connected with. Relevant. Relevant. His comment was not relevant to our discussion. Be relevant or important to. Concern. Concern. This does not concern you. The money paid for a journey. Fare. Fare. The taxi driver was waiting to collect his fare. Wanting things to stay as they are. Conservative. Conservative. His style of dress was never conservative. A living thing that has leaves and roots. Plant. Plant. Don't forget to water the plants twice a week. One of the two groups of elected politicians. Senate. Senate. He was elected to the Senate in the last election. A member of the Senate. Senator. Senator. The president met with a group of senators to discuss energy policy. Relating to politics or government. Political. Political. The senator has changed political parties. The smallest part of an animal or a plant. Cell. Cell. Living things are made of cells.
To make something become more active. Stimulate. Stimulate. It can also stimulate the growth of some types of cells. A group of people who share the same political opinions. Party. Party. Political parties try to gain new members. The system of how money is used within a particular country or region. Economy. Economy. The Conservative Party want to stimulate the economy through tax cuts. To get something. Acquire. Acquire. His family acquired the house in 2019. To acquire by paying for. Purchase. Purchase. Air Canada decided to purchase 2 new planes. Unable to leave a place. Stranded. Stranded. He was stranded in the desert with no water. A person who often travels. Traveler. Traveler. During the typhoon, thousands of travelers were stranded at the airport. To make a picture of something with a pencil or pen. Draw. Draw. He drew pictures of his families. A picture that someone has drawn. Drawing. Drawing. He gave me a beautiful drawing of a horse. The common opinion that people have about someone or something. Reputation. Reputation. She has a good reputation amongst students.
Unit 5.
The condition of being willing and ready to give. Generosity. Generosity. She has a reputation for generosity. To move your head up and down is a way of agreeing. Nod. Nod. When the boy asked if he could go, his mother nodded. The belief that something or someone is good or right. Approval. Approval. Several people nodded in approval. A feeling of respect and approval. Admiration. Admiration. I had great admiration for his generosity. To destroy something completely. Ruin. Ruin. That will ruin his reputation. Not correct, suitable, or acceptable. Improper. Improper. The machine was ruined by improper use. A time when something happens. Occasion. Occasion. The word is improper for the occasion. Having a large distance between the top and bottom. Thick. Thick. If you want a thicker blanket, there are more here in the closet. Objects such as chairs, tables, and beds that you put into a room. Furniture. Furniture. It's a beautiful piece of furniture. An amount of something that covers a surface or that is between two other things. Layer. Layer. A thick layer of dust lay on the furniture.
The form of a verb that shows the time at which an action happened. Tense. Tense. The past tense of make is made. The outside or top layer of something. Surface. Surface. Make sure you put the vase on a flat surface. To make, build, or create. Form. Form. Do you know how to form the past tense? A type of heavy soil that becomes hard when dry. Clay. Clay. He formed the clay into a bowl. The top layer of the Earth's surface. Soil. Soil. Roses grow well in a clay soil. A plant that is grown by farmers and used as food. Crop. Crop. Sugar is an important crop on the island. The preparation and use of land for growing crops. Cultivation. Cultivation. These fields have been under cultivation. Appropriate for a particular purpose or occasion. Suitable. Suitable. The soil is not suitable for the cultivation of rice. A feeling of wanting to learn more about something. Interest. Interest. She has a particular interest in Italian art. The extra money that you must pay back when you borrow money. Interest. Interest. The interest on the loan is 12% per year.
To let someone borrow something that belongs to you. Lend. Lend. I'll lend you some money without charging any interest. Not wanting to do something. Reluctant. Reluctant. I am reluctant to tell her the truth. An organization that provides various financial services. Bank. Bank. Most banks are reluctant to lend money to new businesses. The land along the side of a river. Bank. Bank. A man was fishing on the opposite bank. To break open in a sudden and violent way. Burst. Burst. The town was flooded when the river burst its banks. A drop of salty liquid that comes out of your eye. Tear. Tear. She suddenly burst into tears. To damage something such as paper or cloth. Tear. Tear. Try not to tear the paper when you open the package. To repair cloth that is torn or something that is damaged. Mend. Mend. Could you mend this hole in my shirt? A shape with 4 straight equal sides and 4 angles of 90 degrees. Square. Square. Use a small square of fabric to mend to tear. On the other side of a particular area. Opposite. Opposite. Life and death are opposite sides of the same coin.
Being the same distance apart at every point. Parallel. Parallel. The opposite sides of a square are parallel. Parallel to the ground. Horizontal. Horizontal. The wine bottles should be kept in a horizontal position. To be or put yourself in a flat or horizontal position. Lie. Lie. He was lying on the bed watching television. To look at someone or something in a steady way. Gaze. Gaze. I lay back on the sand and gazed at the stars above. Almost correct. Approximately. Approximately. The statue is approximately 3 meters tall. To use something that belongs to someone else. Borrow. Borrow. I borrow approximately 10 books. A drawing or series of drawings that make people laugh or think. Cartoon. Cartoon. I borrowed this cartoon from his older sister. Best liked or most enjoyed. Favorite. Favorite. This is my favorite cartoon. A person who has written something. Author. Author. Who is your favorite author? To come together to form or make something. Compose. Compose. The song was specially composed for their wedding.
Not giving a name. Anonymous. Anonymous. The poem was composed by an anonymous author. Someone who makes a telephone call. Caller. Caller. The police have received information from an anonymous caller. In a way that must be obeyed. Strictly. Strictly. I try to be a safe driver and strictly obey traffic laws. To order someone not to do something. Forbid. Forbid. The law strictly forbids racial or sexual discrimination. To forbid something. Prohibit. Prohibit. State law prohibits smoking on buses. A material of a particular kind. Substance. Substance. The athlete had taken a prohibited substance. The process of damaging the air, water, or land with chemicals or other substances. Pollution. Pollution. It is concerned with air pollution. To act in a certain way. Behave. Behave. It's interesting to study how animals behave. A situation in which you are in a hurry. Rush. Rush. The note looked like it had been written in a rush. To keep away from. Avoid. Avoid. Let's go early to avoid the rush.
Unit 6.
Although something exists or happens. In spite of. In spite of. In spite of a bad storm, the plane landed safely. In spite of. Despite. Despite. I am working today despite it being a holiday. Having no doubt. Certain. Certain. He's certain that he can do the job despite his lack of experience. To make sure or certain. Ensure. Ensure. A good sleep will ensure you a quicker recovery. The food that a person or animal usually eats. Diet. Diet. The diet of a newborn baby is usually his mother's milk. Made from milk or having to do with milk products. Dairy. Dairy. The doctor has told me to avoid dairy. To remove something from something. Eliminate. Eliminate. She has had to eliminate dairy products from her diet. A political situation in which people are angry about something. Unrest. Unrest. It is important to eliminate the social unrest. A group of people who are similar in some way. Race. Race. The school welcomes children of all races. Relating to people's race. Racial. Racial. Racial problems are often the cause of social unrest.
The act of behaving in some way toward another. Treatment. Treatment. We want to ensure equal treatment for everyone. Unfair treatment of someone. Discrimination. Discrimination. That is probably racial discrimination. To dislike something very much. Hate. Hate. I hate discrimination. To protect from harm. Defend. Defend. He defended his brother from the angry dog. An unexpected situation that must be dealt with immediately. Emergency. Emergency. In case of emergency, press the alarm button. A large strong building with thick walls. Castle. Castle. Many castles were built to defend the people inside against attacks. Unofficial information that may or may not be true. Rumor. Rumor. There are rumors that they are making a new film. A collection of valuable things. Treasure. Treasure. There are rumors of buried treasure in the old house. Relating to a house or to the people living in a house. Household. Household. A good wife is a household treasure. The useless materials. Waste. Waste. How much of our household waste is recycled?
To make something less. Reduce. Reduce. It's important to reduce waste. The reason why you do something. Purpose. Purpose. The purpose of the book is to provide a complete guide to the university. An event, matter, or happening. Affair. Affair. Their wedding was the most exciting affair of the spring. State of affairs. Situation. Situation. The storm put the drivers in a dangerous situation. To make something better. Improve. Improve. The situation should improve in the long term. The purpose of doing something. Aim. Aim. The main aim of this course is to improve your writing. To discover or notice something. Detect. Detect. The tests are designed to detect the disease early. An organization set up for a specific purpose. Institution. Institution. The Red Cross is an institution that helps people in times of emergency. An attitude that you have that makes you treat someone in a way that is unfair. Bias. Bias. Some institutions still have a strong bias against women. To usually do a particular thing. Tend. Tend. People tend to look at others with bias.
To let yourself do or have something that you enjoy. Indulge. Indulge. I indulged in some duty-free shopping at the airport. The desire to know about something. Curiosity. Curiosity. He indulged his curiosity by reading. To please someone by giving them something. Satisfy. Satisfy. That can satisfy my sense of curiosity. To say that you are not satisfied with something. Complain. Complain. The young tend to complain of everything. A person or animal that is getting medical treatment. Patient. Patient. Several patients complained about the treatment they received. The process of watching someone or something carefully. Observation. Observation. The doctor wanted to keep the patient under observation. Very good or well developed. Keen. Keen. She has keen powers of observation. An important part of something. Feature. Feature. A keen sense of smell is a common feature among dogs. An abnormal feature, usually in the body. Abnormality. Abnormality. We have detected an abnormality on your X-ray. An agreement between two people or groups. Bargain. Bargain. After hours of negotiating, a bargain was finally reached.
Someone who lives in a particular place. Citizen. Citizen. She married an American and became a U.S. citizen. A person who is captured by someone. Hostage. Hostage. The government is negotiating the release of the hostages. Unable to see. Blind. Blind. A large dog led the blind man across the street. Not present at a usual or expected place. Absent. Absent. The eye is blind if the mind is absent. Because of something. Due to. Due to. He will be absent due to private business. To receive something from someone. Inherit. Inherit. He inherited the family business from his father. A unit inside a cell that controls a particular quality in a living thing. Gene. Gene. He inherited a good set of genes from his parents. Relating to genes. Genetic. Genetic. This happens due to genetic abnormalities. To say something suddenly and loudly. Exclaim. Exclaim. She opened her eyes and exclaimed in delight at the scene. A feeling of great pleasure. Delight. Delight. The boy exclaimed in delight.
Unit 7.
To a very great degree. Extremely. Extremely. My younger brother was extremely delighted. Not often found or seen. Rare. Rare. That is an extremely rare example. A person who is the head of a government department. Minister. Minister. I have had an interview with the minister. The process of getting better at doing something. Progress. Progress. He has made remarkable progress. To refuse politely to do something. Decline. Decline. The minister declined to comment about the progress of the peace talks. The act of making clear in speech or writing. Explanation. Explanation. She declined the offer without explanation. Not having enough of something. Lack. Lack. That was a lack of explanation on my part. Lack of success in doing something. Failure. Failure. Every failure is a stepping stone to success. To separate into parts. Divide. Divide. The cells began to divide rapidly. The place in the ground where a dead body is buried. Grave. Grave. There were flowers on the grave.
In a way that is repeated after a particular period of time. Periodically. Periodically. I have been visiting my dad's grave periodically. A Chinese method of treating pain and illness using special needles. Acupuncture. Acupuncture. The health insurance cover acupuncture. A disease in which there is too much sugar in your blood. Diabetes. Diabetes. He periodically goes to the hospital for diabetes. To make someone healthy again after an illness. Cure. Cure. She had some acupuncture treatment which seems to have cured her. Capable of being controlled or kept within safe limits. Controllable. Controllable. Diabetes is a serious but controllable disease. Able to be cured or healed. Curable. Curable. It is controllable but not curable. A disease in which certain cells divide and grow much faster than they normally do. Cancer. Cancer. Most skin cancers are curable if treated early. One of two organs in the chest that are used in breathing. Lung. Lung. He suffers from lung cancer. An animal or plant that lives in or on another animal or plant. Parasite. Parasite. It is a parasite that causes an infectious disease. A disease that is caused by bacteria or by a virus or a parasite. Infection. Infection. She's receiving treatment for a lung infection.
A condition of being unhealthy in your body or mind. Illness. Illness. Her mother was recovering from a serious illness. An illness caused by an infection or by a failure of health. Disease. Disease. He suffers from a rare genetic disease. To provide food and drink for someone. Serve. Serve. All dishes are served with a salad. Having very little money. Poor. Poor. The community center serves free meals to poor people. A document that tells you how much you must pay. Bill. Bill. He always pays his bills on time. To try very hard to do something difficult. Struggle. Struggle. They have been struggling to pay their bills. Completely. Totally. Totally. They come from totally different cultures. The number of people living in a particular area. Population. Population. Global population is growing rapidly. To make someone very tired. Exhaust. Exhaust. The trip totally exhausted us. All of something. Whole. Whole. She ate the whole cake in about 10 minutes.
An amount of something available for use. Supply. Supply. The supply of food was enough for the whole month. Happening or existing without stopping. Continuous. Continuous. This system ensures a continuous supply of hot water. Continuous movement of something in one direction. Flow. Flow. She struggled to swim against the flow of the water. Shining strongly. Bright. Bright. There is a bright future waiting for you. How good or bad something is. Quality. Quality. The restaurant serves food of high quality. The amount or number of something. Quantity. Quantity. Quality matters more than quantity. A quantity of something. Amount. Amount. This amount of snow is enough for skiing. Moving or changing in small amounts. Gradually. Gradually. The population gradually increased. Tending to hold on to something when touched. Sticky. Sticky. There is a sticky substance on the table. To have something in your hand or arms. Hold. Hold. She was holding a glass of wine.
The bottom or lowest part of something. Base. Base. The manufacturer's name is printed on the base of the vase. The person or company that produces goods in large quantities. Manufacturer. Manufacturer. Who is the manufacturer of this product? Knowledge or skill that you gain from doing a job or activity. Experience. Experience. Do you have any previous experience with children? An arrangement to meet someone. Engagement. Engagement. I had to refuse because of a prior engagement. Existing or happening before the present time. Previous. Previous. We can't go to the party because of a previous engagement. Very small. Tiny. Tiny. He was holding a tiny little baby in his arms. Extremely important. Crucial. Crucial. Eggs are a crucial ingredient in this recipe. One of the things that are used to make a food, product, etc. Ingredient. Ingredient. Salt is a crucial ingredient in cooking. A product or service that is brought into one country from another. Import. Import. We import about 30% of our food. To send goods to another country in order to sell them there. Export. Export. Japan exports cars to the United States.
Unit 8.
Added to what already exists. In addition. In addition. In addition to teaching, he works in a restaurant in the summer. In addition to something or someone else. As well. As well. I'd like a cup of coffee and a glass of water as well. The money that a country uses. Currency. Currency. You can use credit cards, but it's best to take some currency as well. From a country that is not yours. Foreign. Foreign. He went to the bank to get some foreign currency. In or to a foreign country. Abroad. Abroad. We never traveled abroad when we were kids. To make someone interested in something. Attract. Attract. I had always been attracted by the idea of working abroad. The act of watching or listening to something carefully. Attention. Attention. The event has attracted a lot of media attention. To not give attention to something or someone. Ignore. Ignore. They ignored the warning signs. To use time for a particular purpose. Spend. Spend. I've spent years trying to learn English. Good or enjoyable. Pleasant. Pleasant. They spent a pleasant evening together.
Not enjoyable or pleasant. Unpleasant. Unpleasant. We were all ignoring the unpleasant truth. A continuous pain that is unpleasant but not very strong. Ache. Ache. I've got stomachache. To hurt someone or damage something. Harm. Harm. Most animals won't harm you unless they are frightened. A feeling of great surprise. Amazement. Amazement. He looked at her in amazement. A feeling of surprise, admiration, or pleasure that you get. Wonder. Wonder. She gazed at the ocean in wonder. Someone who is good at sports. Athlete. Athlete. The athletes are training hard for the Olympics. To cause to feel amazement or wonder. Surprise. Surprise. It may surprise you to know that he used to be an athlete. To say what someone or something is like. Describe. Describe. He described exactly what had happened. Used to describe something that is surprising. Unexpected. Unexpected. Her divorce was totally unexpected. More than two, but not very many. Several. Several. Several letters arrived this morning.
To make someone or something late. Delay. Delay. My flight was delayed. The action of someone or something leaving a place. Departure. Departure. Heavy snow delayed our departure for several days. Happening or done quickly and unexpectedly. Sudden. Sudden. Her departure was very sudden and unexpected. To make someone afraid or nervous. Frighten. Frighten. The sudden noise frightened us. To drop downward from a higher place. Fall. Fall. One of the kids fell into the river. To harm or damage someone or something. Injure. Injure. She fell and slightly injured her arm. To injure yourself or someone else. Hurt. Hurt. Did you hurt yourself when you fell off the bike? A feeling you have when you are hurt or ill. Pain. Pain. She's been suffering various aches and pains for years. Able to make happen or change something. Effective. Effective. This tiny capsule contains 3 types of effective painkilling ingredients. The condition of being extremely poor. Poverty. Poverty. We need an effective strategy to fight poverty.
Happening or existing now. Present. Present. The present situation of the millions of people who are suffering poverty and disease. A group of people who work together. Crew. Crew. The road crew finished putting a new surface on the highway. To employ someone. Hire. Hire. We hired a crew to paint the house. Having happened or existed before now. Past. Past. He was hired based on his past experience in sales. To advise someone to do something. Recommend. Recommend. Can you recommend a good wine to go with this dish? Not completely hard, but not soft. Firm. Firm. Most doctors recommend sleeping on a firm mattress. Firm and difficult to move. Tight. Tight. I need new shoes because these old ones are too tight. To hold someone or something tightly. Cling. Cling. You shouldn't always cling to the past. Any substance that makes things dirty. Dirt. Dirt. You've got some dirt on your face. Existing in large numbers. Numerous. Numerous. She has written numerous articles.
A reward given to the winner of a contest or game. Prize. Prize. He has received numerous prizes for her work. Into equal amounts. Evenly. Evenly. They divided the prize money evenly between them. Slightly wet. Moist. Moist. Try to keep the soil evenly moist. Existing only in your mind or imagination. Imaginary. Imaginary. I had an imaginary friend when I was a child. A circular object fixed under a vehicle. Wheel. Wheel. I had lightweight wheels on my bike. To move around like a wheel. Revolve. Revolve. The fan was revolving very slowly. A real or imaginary line through the center of an object. Axis. Axis. The Earth revolves around the axis that joins the North and South poles. To turn in a circular direction. Rotate. Rotate. The Earth takes 24 hours to rotate on its axis. The way that someone or something is going. Direction. Direction. Are you sure we're going in the right direction? Not having any doubt about something. Sure. Sure. If you're really sure about the facts, we'll publish them.
Unit 9.
Something that you know is true. Fact. Fact. The real problem is the fact that we cannot agree. A feeling of being not sure whether something is true or right. Doubt. Doubt. I have no doubt that he will succeed. Something that causes trouble or difficulty. Problem. Problem. I've been having a few problems with my car. To achieve something that you plan to do. Succeed. Succeed. He finally succeeded in passing his exams. To succeed in doing something difficult. Achieve. Achieve. She worked hard and achieved success. After a long time. Finally. Finally. We finally arrived home at midnight. An official test of how much you know about something. Exam. Exam. If she passes the entrance exam, she'll go to university in April. To get to the place you are going to. Arrive. Arrive. What time does your plane arrive? The planet that we live on. Earth. Earth. The Earth revolves around the sun. Soil or ground. Earth. Earth. He cleaned off the earth clinging to his boots.
Wet earth that has become soft and sticky. Mud. Mud. We played in the mud. A continuous flow of liquid or gas. Stream. Stream. A stream of smoke rose from the chimney. A large area of land covered with many trees. Forest. Forest. The forest surrounds my property. A substance that is able to flow freely. Liquid. Liquid. Water and milk are liquids. A pipe that takes smoke from a fire out through a roof. Chimney. Chimney. The chimney on my house is made of brick. Blocks of baked clay used as building material. Brick. Brick. Most of the buildings in the town are made of brick. The structure that covers or forms the top of a building. Roof. Roof. The roof is leaking again. The way that something is built, arranged, or organized. Structure. Structure. A carpenter knows about the structure of furniture. A person whose job is making and repairing wooden objects. Carpenter. Carpenter. He is a competent carpenter. Able to do something well. Competent. Competent. A competent mechanic should be able to fix the problem.
Not stable or secure. Unsteady. Unsteady. The baby took its first unsteady steps. To burn or shine in an unsteady way. Flicker. Flicker. The candle flickered a few times and then went out. A hot bright stream of burning gas. Flame. Flame. They sat around the campfire, watching the flickering flames. To produce flames and heat. Burn. Burn. The forest burned for 3 days. A material that is burned to produce heat or power. Fuel. Fuel. The new system will lower fuel consumption. To move someone or something from one place to another. Carry. Carry. The gas line carries fuel to your home. To carry from one place to another. Transport. Transport. The statue was transported to Washington. An act of sending or transporting goods. Shipping. Shipping. The shipping deadline is going to come very soon. An act of getting something ready. Preparation. Preparation. We will start shipping preparation. An image of a person or animal that is made in solid material. Statue. Statue. A bronze statue was erected in his honor.
A date or time when something must be finished. Deadline. Deadline. The deadline for submitting college applications is March 18th. To build something such as a building or wall. Erect. Erect. The cat walked with its tail erect. Something that makes you feel proud and pleased. Honor. Honor. The building was named in honor of the city's founder. Feeling pleased about something that you have done. Proud. Proud. I am proud of what we have accomplished. Someone who establishes an organization. Founder. Founder. The shop is still run by the founder and his son. To make someone feel happy and satisfied. Please. Please. She'll do anything to please him. To be in control of something. Run. Run. His business runs well. A carefully planned test used to discover something unknown. Experiment. Experiment. Preparation for the experiment is finished. Something that happens because of something else. Result. Result. We were surprised by the result of the experiment. Happening or existing now. Current. Current. The aim is to reduce current pollution levels in the Red Sea.
The process of dealing with and controlling people or things. Management. Management. Few applicants had management experience. An underground railroad. Subway. Subway. It was her first time on a New York subway. Used for emphasizing that the number of people or things is very small. Few. Few. Very few people can afford to pay those prices. Some, but not many. A few. A few. There are a few slices of cake left over from the party. A fairly large number of people or things. Quite a few. Quite a few. I know quite a few people who have had the same problem. To give special attention to something. Emphasize. Emphasize. Their father always emphasized the importance of discipline. A way of training someone so that they learn to control their behavior. Discipline. Discipline. There should be better discipline in schools. To be able to pay for something. Afford. Afford. He'll be able to afford a house next year. More than a little, but much less than very. Fairly. Fairly. He was fairly exhausted. To examine or look over again. Review. Review. I reviewed my notes before the exam.
Unit 10.
A person whose job is to serve customers in a restaurant. Waiter. Waiter. We gave our waiter a generous tip. Often giving people money or presents. Generous. Generous. She's always very generous to the kids. Expressing a doubt or choice between alternatives. Whether. Whether. I really don't know whether he will come after all. The action of renting something. Rental. Rental. How much is the car rental? One of two or more things that you can choose between. Alternative. Alternative. We have alternative plans in case the weather is bad. The process of receiving money from someone or giving money to someone. Payment. Payment. Payment for my services arrived by mail. A written agreement in which a company selling something promises to repair it if it breaks. Warranty. Warranty. The fridge has a 2-year warranty. A self-serve restaurant where customers serve themselves from a counter. Cafeteria. Cafeteria. Most high schools have a cafeteria. One thing, usually in a group or list. Item. Item. All items are for sale. A device that is used to keep things cold. Fridge. Fridge. I've put the beer in the fridge to chill.
A large container that uses electricity to keep food cold. Refrigerator. Refrigerator. In US English, fridge is informal, but in British English, it is the usual word for a refrigerator. To make someone or something become cold. Chill. Chill. Chill the wine before serving. A professional cook, usually the chief cook in a restaurant or hotel. Chef. Chef. The chef's fish dish is amazing. The foods eaten or prepared for eating at one time. Meal. Meal. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. A machine used for carrying people and things to different levels in a building. Elevator. Elevator. The elevator was stuck on the 3rd floor. Impossible or unable to move from a particular position. Stuck. Stuck. I've got something stuck in my throat. The tube inside the neck that leads to the stomach and lungs. Throat. Throat. Have we got any medicine for a sore throat? Painful, especially when touched. Sore. Sore. After I fell I was sore all over. Something that is an advantage. Benefit. Benefit. Enjoy the benefit of his wisdom. Something good that helps you. Advantage. Advantage. His plan has the advantage of being less expensive than other options. Costing a lot of money.
Expensive. Expensive. He always wears expensive clothes. The things that people wear to cover their body. Clothes. Clothes. She was wearing her sister's clothes. To have something such as clothes, shoes, or jewelry on your body. Wear. Wear. I don't have anything to wear to my interview. A formal meeting at which someone is asked questions. Interview. Interview. I had an interview last week for a job in Paris. In a way that is true or factual. Correctly. Correctly. He correctly answered 5 questions. To discover the exact place or position of. Locate. Locate. We located the leak in the pipe. A hole in a surface that lets something pass in or out. Leak. Leak. The landlord said he would fix the leak in the roof. A vehicle with 2 wheels that you ride by pushing its pedals with your feet. Bicycle. Bicycle. Riding a bicycle is very good exercise. To think that something is probably true. Suppose. Suppose. He was supposed to be here by 9. Someone who has an important job in a business. Executive. Executive. I was appointed chief executive.
To give knowledge of a fact or circumstance. Notify. Notify. We notified the police that the bicycle had been stolen. To take something without the permission of the owner. Steal. Steal. They were so poor they had to steal in order to eat. The right to do something that is given to you by someone in authority. Permission. Permission. They got permission from the city to build an apartment. The power to make decisions or tell people what to do. Authority. Authority. Only department managers have the authority to change the schedule. A condition or fact that affects a situation. Circumstance. Circumstance. They are in comfortable circumstance. An arrangement to meet someone at a particular time and place. Appointment. Appointment. I am going to be late for my appointment. Anything that gives an advance idea of something to come. Preview. Preview. We watched the movie preview before we saw the movie. A person employed to provide a service to another individual. Attendant. Attendant. The flight attendant indicated where the emergency exits were. To officially choose someone for a job. Appoint. Appoint. The president appointed him as Secretary of Education. An official who is in charge of a large department of the government. Secretary. Secretary. He has been appointed Secretary of State for Health.
Teaching and learning in a school or college. Education. Education. She received her education at private schools. A part of an organization that does a particular type of work. Department. Department. Your letter has been forwarded to our sales department. A person who is considered separate from the rest of a group. Individual. Individual. We try to treat our students as individuals. A person who resides in a place permanently or on a long-term basis. Resident. Resident. Wendy is a resident of Vancouver. To affect a particular person or situation. Apply. Apply. Do the same rules apply to part-time workers? To cause a change in someone or something. Affect. Affect. His decisions could affect the lives of millions of people. A choice that you make after thinking carefully. Decision. Decision. Sometimes managers need to take decisions quickly. Suitable or agreeable to one's needs. Convenient. Convenient. The new parking lot will make shopping more convenient. To get rid of someone or something, and to put a new person or thing in their place. Replace. Replace. We need to replace the broken part. More than what already exists. Additional. Additional. They require additional information.
Unit 11.
To throw something away. Rid. Rid. We must get rid of some of those old books. Using your hands. Manual. Manual. She spent the summer doing manual labor on her uncle's farm. Work, especially physical work. Labor. Labor. The cost of repairing the car includes parts and labor. An area of land used for growing crops or keeping animals. Farm. Farm. She grew up on a dairy farm. Something that helps you to solve a problem. Clue. Clue. He found a clue to solve the mysterious affair. To find the answer to something. Solve. Solve. We can help you solve your financial problems. To have someone or something as part of a group or total. Include. Include. We will include that in the budget. To do an activity in order to improve your skill. Practice. Practice. They're practicing for tomorrow's concert. A small building for keeping a car in. Garage. Garage. I have to practice parking the car in the garage. A person who does business for another person. Agent. Agent. They worked with a travel agent to plan their vacation.
Having the shape of an egg. Oval. Oval. A pale, oval face came forward into the light. Having a skin color that is very white, or whiter than it usually is. Pale. Pale. She turned pale with fear. An unpleasant emotion caused by being aware of danger. Fear. Fear. I've been trying to overcome my fear of flying. A strong feeling such as love, anger, joy, hate, or fear. Emotion. Emotion. He finds it hard to express his emotions. Knowing about something. Aware. Aware. I was not aware that she had already spoken to you. The possibility that you will be hurt or killed. Danger. Danger. There's no danger of a flood. A strong feeling of being upset or annoyed. Anger. Anger. She struggled to control her anger at her son's disobedience. Someone's behavior when they do not obey orders. Disobedience. Disobedience. The dog was punished for its disobedience. Something that someone tells you that you must do. Order. Order. You must obey orders at all times. The things that a person or animal does. Behavior. Behavior. Students will be rewarded for good behavior.
To make someone suffer because they have done something wrong. Punish. Punish. State law punishes fraud with fines. To feel pain or sadness and worry. Suffer. Suffer. I suffer from depression. The crime of obtaining money from someone by tricking them. Fraud. Fraud. He was arrested for fraud. Money that you have to pay as a punishment. Fine. Fine. He had to pay a heavy fine for speeding. Activity that is against the law. Crime. Crime. There were no apparent clues at the scene of the crime. An official order. Command. Command. The fire officer took command, ordering everyone to leave the building. To make someone believe something that is not true. Trick. Trick. She knew she'd been tricked, but it was too late. A person who has an important position in a company, organization, or government. Officer. Officer. How about asking a police officer? The feeling of being sad. Sadness. Sadness. I will transform my sadness to happiness. A feeling of being extremely unhappy. Depression. Depression. She has been undergoing treatment for deep depression.
To make someone or something completely different. Transform. Transform. The old factory has been transformed into an art gallery. Easy to see or understand. Apparent. Apparent. It was apparent that he did not understand what I had said. To experience something, especially something that is unpleasant but necessary. Undergo. Undergo. He is undergoing surgery for a heart problem. A building or group of buildings where products are made. Factory. Factory. It is a perfectly equipped factory. Medical treatment in which a doctor cuts open someone's body. Surgery. Surgery. The doctor has recommended surgery. Without errors, mistakes, or flaws. Perfectly. Perfectly. The steak was perfectly cooked. To include the things that are needed for a particular purpose. Equip. Equip. The rooms are equipped with video cameras. A series of things that happen and have a particular result. Process. Process. Changes occur in the body because of the process of aging. A list of all the things in a place. Inventory. Inventory. Today is the day for taking inventory at my shop. A set of questions that you ask a large number of people. Survey. Survey. A recent survey showed that 45% of people do not exercise enough.
Relating to money. Financial. Financial. I would like some financial advice before I buy this house. Happening or used outside and not in a building. Outdoor. Outdoor. Outdoor is an adjective, and outdoors is an adverb. A word that describes a noun or a pronoun. Adjective. Adjective. Adjectives add information to a noun. A word that describes or modifies a verb, adjective, or other adverb. 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 Adverbs are also used to modify a whole sentence. A word that expresses a state of being or an action. Verb. Verb. If a sentence does not have a main verb, it is not a full sentence. A word that names a person, place, thing, or condition. Noun. Noun. A noun may be the subject of a sentence or the object of a verb. A word that is used instead of a noun or noun phrase. Pronoun. Pronoun. The possessive pronoun follows the object. The person or thing that does the action described by a verb. Subject. Subject. A subject usually names the person, place, thing, or condition that the verb explains. The person or thing that is affected by the action of a verb. Object. Object. An object is usually a noun group or pronoun and comes after the verb. Used in grammar to show that something belongs to someone or something. Possessive. Possessive. His and her are possessive pronouns.
Unit 12.
A group of words that usually contains a subject and a verb. Sentence. Sentence. I wasn't able to complete my sentence. To add to the meaning of another word or a phrase by giving more information about it. Modify. Modify. Adjectives usually modify nouns. To put something together with something else. Add. Add. Do you have anything to add to the list? To keep happening or doing something. Continue. Continue. The world's population continues to grow. The act or process of building something. Construction. Construction. Construction of the new bridge will begin in the spring. A large case that you use to carry your clothing and belongings. Suitcase. Suitcase. She packed her suitcases the night before she left. To happen, often without being planned. Occur. Occur. The event is scheduled to occur at noon tomorrow. The act or process of becoming old or older. Aging. Aging. Population aging is continuing in that country. The things that belong to a person. Belonging. Belonging. Be sure to take your belongings with you when you get off the bus. To officially say that someone has committed a crime. Charge. Charge. He was arrested on a charge of burglary.
The crime of getting into a building to steal things. Burglary. Burglary. Most burglaries happen at night. Not as much. Less. Less. We need less talk and more work. Time when you can do whatever you want to do. Leisure. Leisure. A lot of people seem to have less leisure time these days. To have or express a different opinion from someone else. Disagree. Disagree. I disagree with most of what he said. An important manager in an organization or company. Director. Director. The company will hire a new director of marketing. To organize or make plans for something. Arrange. Arrange. I'm trying to arrange a meeting with their sales director. To disagree with something. Contradict. Contradict. He contradicted the charges of his critics. Something that is built for a specific purpose. Facility. Facility. The hotel has excellent leisure facilities. The device that is used for protection from the rain and sun. Umbrella. Umbrella. You shouldn't go out in the rain without an umbrella. An area of a state or country that is larger than a city. County. County. New Jersey has 21 counties.
Something that you think is true, based on information that you have. Inference. Inference. It's impossible to make inferences from such a small sample. A small telephone that people can take with them and use outside their homes. Cell phone. Cell phone. My parents didn't allow me to have a cell phone. To become a hard substance because of cold. Freeze. Freeze. The lake freezes in winter. The science of numbers and of shapes. Mathematics. Mathematics. Mathematics is her best subject at school. Enough for some need or requirement. Adequate. Adequate. The garden hasn't been getting adequate water. A small house, especially one built of wood. Cabin. Cabin. The writer is living in a log cabin. Smaller than most things of the same kind. Compact. Compact. The cabin was compact but perfectly adequate. To show objects such as paintings to the public. Exhibit. Exhibit. Her paintings have been exhibited all over the world. The power or skill to do something. Ability. Ability. The test measures your mathematical ability. Goods that are being sold. Merchandise. Merchandise. He complained about poor quality merchandise and high prices.
Someone who works in reception at a hotel or office. Receptionist. Receptionist. I am a receptionist at a hospital. Happening once a year. Annual. Annual. The school trip has become an annual event. Someone whose job is to treat people's teeth. Dentist. Dentist. I am especially scared of the dentist. Official papers or cards that prove who you are. Identification. Identification. We were told to carry the personal identification at all times. To regularly pay money to live in a house or room. Rent. Rent. Most students rent rooms in their second year. To frighten a person or animal. Scare. Scare. Loud noises can scare animals or birds. To show that something is true. Prove. Prove. For 10 years he has been fighting to prove his innocence. Facts are signs that show clearly that something is true. Evidence. Evidence. Doctors found no evidence of infection. The fact of being not guilty of a crime. Innocence. Innocence. This new evidence would hopefully prove his innocence. A piece of paper that allows you to buy something at a reduced price. Coupon. Coupon. This coupon is for 15 cents off paper towels.
To leave a place. Depart. Depart. What time will that bus depart? Money that you receive as payment from the organization you work for. Salary. Salary. What level of annual salary do you want? The people who work for an organization. Personnel. Personnel. All personnel are to receive security badges. To change the time when something is planned to happen. Reschedule. Reschedule. Can we reschedule our meeting for Tuesday instead of Friday? A small part of something. Detail. Detail. Every detail of the wedding was carefully planned. If something used to happen, it happened often in the past, but it does not happen now. Used to. Used to. I used to go out every night when I was a student. The area where the land meets the sea. Coast. Coast. I used to live in a small village on the coast. An occasion when a lot of rain falls very quickly, often with very strong winds. Storm. Storm. Strong storms will hit the coast this evening. Very bad, serious, or unpleasant. Severe. Severe. The storm caused severe damage to the roof. Relating to towns and cities. Urban. Urban. Many urban areas have severe pollution problems.
Unit 13.
Relating to the countryside and not to towns. Rural. Rural. People in rural areas often live by farming. In every way or as much as possible. Completely. Completely. I completely forgot that it's his birthday today. The part or section within a larger place. Area. Area. Bus services in rural areas are not very good. Within the inner part or area of something. Inside. Inside. There were some keys inside the box. Flat or horizontal. Level. Level. The floors in the old house were not completely level. Someone who travels regularly to and from work. Commuter. Commuter. The fare increases will be bad news for long-distance commuters. Having a smooth, level, or even surface. Flat. Flat. You need a flat surface to work on. Made with the hands or by using hand tools. Handmade. Handmade. All our goods are handmade, and we use only natural materials. Relating to or based on very old customs, beliefs, or stories. Traditional. Traditional. It is traditional to eat turkey and cranberry sauce on Thanksgiving. To make or grow something. Produce. Produce. Thousands of cars are produced here each year.
The flat area that you walk on inside a building or room. Floor. Floor. We were sitting on the floor watching TV. A small carpet that covers part of a floor. Rug. Rug. The cat was lying on the rug in front of the fire. A planned way of doing something. Method. Method. It was a handmade rug produced by traditional methods. A method that you use to achieve something. Tactic. Tactic. We need to agree tactics before the game. To supply clothes for someone. Clothe. Clothe. We asked for money to clothe the children. To make something old look new again by repairing and improving it. Renovation. Renovation. We decided to buy an old house and renovate it ourselves. To give information to someone. Inform. Inform. Please inform us of any changes in your circumstances. To make a computer or other machine more powerful or effective. Upgrade. Upgrade. The office is upgrading the telephone system. To happen, go, or come before something or someone. Proceed. Proceed. In English, the subject precedes the verb. A shop that sells things for less than the usual price. Outlet. Outlet. That is the biggest outlet mall in the region.
The sale of goods in shops to customers. Retail. Retail. We are looking for more retail outlets for our products. The process of replacing something with something else. Replacement. Replacement. Your car's replacement cost is less than the cost to repair it. To join or attach firmly to something else. Fasten. Fasten. Please keep your seat belts fastened while the seat belt light is on. To fasten something with nails. Nail. Nail. The desks and chairs had been nailed to the floor. A flat object or surface used for a particular purpose. Board. Board. They nailed some boards over the broken window. A board used to put things on, often attached to a wall. Shelf. Shelf. The books were organized on the shelves according to their size. To eat dinner. Dine. Dine. They dine together at an expensive restaurant. A machine that is used to carry people or goods from one place to another. Vehicle. Vehicle. Cars, buses, and airplanes are vehicles. The state that something or someone is in. Condition. Condition. The car is in excellent condition. A particular length of time with a beginning and an end. Period. Period. The country is in a period of economic growth.
Continuous or regular over a long period of time. Constant. Constant. The noise from the construction was constant from early morning until evening. The process of looking after someone who needs help. Care. Care. A small baby requires constant care. The process of providing medical care. Treatment. Treatment. The patient required immediate medical treatment. To do something about a person or thing that causes a problem. Deal with. Deal with. Can you suggest some ways of dealing with a difficult child? Relating to medicine and the treatment of disease or injury. Medical. Medical. He has a dangerous medical condition. A subject or situation that you have to think about or deal with. Matter. Matter. Teachers feel this is a matter for discussion with parents. Something that is considered more important than other matters. Priority. Priority. My first priority is to find somewhere to live. A person who travels in an automobile, bus, train, or other vehicle. Passenger. Passenger. The safety of the passengers and crew is our first priority. A serious medical condition in which the heart stops working correctly. Heart attack. Heart attack. One of the passengers suffered a heart attack. The end of the life of a person or animal. Death. Death. We need to reduce the number of deaths from heart attacks.
To talk about something with another person in order to exchange ideas. Discuss. Discuss. Have you discussed this matter with anyone else? The person or thing that is being discussed or described. Subject. Subject. Death is a difficult subject that few people like to talk about. An idea or opinion. Thought. Thought. Do you have any thoughts about the subject? A strong feeling that something is true or real. Belief. Belief. He has a strong belief in his ability to win. A thought or belief about something or someone. Opinion. Opinion. In my opinion, our math teacher is the best teacher in the school. To form an opinion about something after considering all the details or facts. Judge. Judge. I was asked to judge the art contest. The way someone or something looks to other people. Appearance. Appearance. You shouldn't judge a man by his appearance. Almost the same as someone or something else. Similar. Similar. Our cats are similar in appearance. With equal or similar amounts of space or time between one and the next. Regularly. Regularly. People who exercise regularly are less likely to feel stress. The part of your body that is opposite to the front. Back. Back. I've got a pain in my lower back.
Unit 14.
To make someone or something become better. Develop. Develop. She has been exercising regularly to develop her back muscles. The activities of buying and selling goods or services. Trade. Trade. We are planning to develop our export trade. Relating to trade, industry, and the management of money. Economic. Economic. Economic growth is slowing down. A small amount of food that is eaten between main meals or instead of a meal. Snack. Snack. I didn't have time for lunch, so I just grabbed a light snack. Extremely large in size, amount, or degree. Huge. Huge. I had a huge lunch, so I'll only need a snack for dinner. Supplies or tools needed for a special purpose. Equipment. Equipment. The photographer came early to set up his equipment. Acceptable by law. Valid. Valid. She has a valid license to drive. An official document issued by the government of a country. Passport. Passport. My passport is valid for another 2 years. A person who you work with. Coworker. Coworker. Catherine and her coworkers treated themselves to lunch after finishing the huge project. A reduction in the usual price of something. Discount. Discount. The store offers a 2% discount when customers pay in cash.
The town or city where ships stop to load and unload cargo. Port. Port. The ship is now in port but will be leaving port soon. Happening soon. Upcoming. Upcoming. Upcoming events are posted on our website. The usual or typical amount. Average. Average. The average woman lives longer than the average man. Delicate ceramic material. China. China. I use the best china when we have visitors. A piece of furniture that is used for storing things. Cabinet. Cabinet. The china was displayed in a glass cabinet. A group of members of a government who are chosen by the leader of the government. Cabinet. Cabinet. The Prime Minister appoints the cabinet. The head of the government in some countries. Prime Minister. Prime Minister. The Prime Minister made a formal declaration. Something that is stated or made known in an official or public way. Declaration. Declaration. You will need to make a declaration of your income. A machine or piece of equipment that you have in your home. Appliance. Appliance. They sell refrigerators, dishwashers, and other electrical appliances. A drawing that shows information in a simple way. Chart. Chart. Their mother made a chart showing what chores each child had to do each day.
A boring job that you must do. Chore. Chore. Taking out the garbage is her least favorite chore. Not interesting in any way. Boring. Boring. I find her books totally boring. Intended to help you to understand something. Explanatory. Explanatory. There are explanatory notes at the end of each chapter. To have a plan in your mind to do something. Intend. Intend. How long do you intend to stay in London? The set of keys that are used for a computer or typewriter. Keyboard. Keyboard. The computer comes with a wireless mouse and keyboard. To talk or write about something or someone. Mention. Mention. Did I mention that I've got a new job? The main ways that large numbers of people receive information. Media. Media. He feels that the media is ignoring this important issue. An important subject or problem that people are talking about. Issue. Issue. Public education was one of the biggest issues in the election campaign. An occasion when people vote for someone to represent them. Election. Election. Is it really necessary to hold an election every 3 years? To officially speak or take action for another person. Represent. Represent. He represented his company at the meeting.
Carefully arranged and looking nice. Neat. Neat. He keeps his apartment neat and clean. Not clean or tidy. Messy. Messy. I hate a messy kitchen. Clean and organized. Tidy. Tidy. I try to keep the garden tidy. Not neat. Untidy. Untidy. People usually say messy rather than untidy. To spread across an area or place untidily. Litter. Litter. Paper and popcorn littered the streets after the parade. To make larger or wider. Expand. Expand. The hotel wants to expand its business by adding a swimming pool. Having great importance, influence, or success. Leading. Leading. She's one of the leading authorities on the stock market. A person or business that sells goods to customers in a shop. Retailer. Retailer. The company is a leading retailer of women's clothing. Money used in a way that may earn you more money. Investment. Investment. We plan to buy some property as an investment. A large shop that sells food, drinks, and things that people need regularly. Supermarket. Supermarket. The supermarket expanded its organic food section.
Things that you throw away because you do not want them. Garbage. Garbage. The park was littered with garbage. The act of admitting or allowing something. Admission. Admission. Many students apply for admission to more than one university. The act of agreeing that something is true. Admit. Admit. You may not like her, but you have to admit that she's good at her job. To say that you will do something that someone else wants or suggests. Agree. Agree. I suggested we go somewhere for the weekend and she agreed. Money in the form of notes and coins. Cash. Cash. Can you lend me some cash? A small computer that you can carry with you. Laptop. Laptop. He uses a laptop for business when he travels. Very large or important. Major. Major. She played a major role in the negotiations. A part that someone or something has in a particular activity or situation. Role. Role. He had a key role in designing the bridge. To give special attention to something. Emphasize. Emphasize. Their father always emphasized the importance of discipline. To emphasize or show that something is important or true. Underline. Underline. The report underlines the importance of preschool education.
Unit 15.
Having to do something as your duty. Responsible. Responsible. Parents are responsible for their own children. Responsible for something or someone. In charge. In charge. The teacher put me in charge of organizing the project. Formal discussions in which people or groups try to reach an agreement. Negotiation. Negotiation. The negotiations with the company had reached a crucial stage. The skill or activity of keeping the financial records of a business or person. Accounting. Accounting. I am in charge of accounting. Relating to electricity. Electrical. Electrical. They sell all kinds of electrical equipment and appliances. A flying vehicle with wings and one or more engines. Airplane. Airplane. This airplane will take off in several minutes. A piece of work that someone gives you to do. Assignment. Assignment. The assignment took me longer than I had expected. An amount of money that is given back to you. Refund. Refund. Return your purchase within 7 days for a full refund. Something that is used as a way to go out of a place. Exit. Exit. After you exit through the ticket gates, please go down the stairs. A set of steps built for going from one level of a building to another. Stairs. Stairs. He waited at the bottom of the stairs.
On or to a higher floor of a building. Upstairs. Upstairs. When you go upstairs, bring these towels with you. On or to a lower floor of a building. Downstairs. Downstairs. She went downstairs to see who was at the door. To accept someone or something bad. Bear. Bear. I can't bear seeing food thrown away. To give birth to a child. Bear. Bear. He was born in a wealthy family. Feeling or showing a lot of interest and excitement about something. Enthusiastic. Enthusiastic. All the staff are enthusiastic about the project. To make someone feel happy and enthusiastic. Excite. Excite. Try not to excite the children too much. The day of the year on which someone was born. Birthday. Birthday. What would you like for your birthday? The occasion of a baby being born. Birth. Birth. They're awaiting the birth of their first child. To make arrangements so that you will be able to use something at a later time. Reserve. Reserve. The seats are reserved under my name. The ability to understand something. Comprehension. Comprehension. There are exercises for checking comprehension.
Someone who is present at an event or activity. Attendee. Attendee. There were 250 attendees at the conference. The way someone behaves. Conduct. Conduct. He always conducts himself well. A journey on a boat or ship to a number of places is a vacation. Cruise. Cruise. They went on a cruise for their honeymoon. To wait for something that you expect to happen. Await. Await. We are awaiting the results of the tests. A piece of paper printed by a bank that you use to pay for things. Check. Check. Do you want to pay in cash, by check, or by credit card? The local office or shop of a company or organization. Branch. Branch. The bank has branches all over the country. The act of taking money out of a bank account. Withdrawal. Withdrawal. She made a withdrawal from her checking account. To take money out of a bank account. Withdraw. Withdraw. You can withdraw cash at any of our branches. A rule or law that limits what you can do. Restriction. Restriction. There are no restrictions on the amount of money you can withdraw. Something that you can use to help you to achieve something. Resource. Resource. Our financial resources are limited.
Not very great in amount or extent. Limited. Limited. Our country has very limited resources. Without any limits or restrictions. Unlimited. Unlimited. The ticket gives you unlimited travel for 7 days. A chance to do something. Opportunity. Opportunity. Her trip to Asia was an opportunity to learn about different cultures. Work that a person or company pays you to do. Employment. Employment. There are limited employment opportunities here. A large building or covered area that has many shops. Mall. Mall. They spent the afternoon shopping at the mall. Used to say that something can only happen in a particular situation. Unless. Unless. I can't come to the party unless I can find a babysitter. A substance that you take to treat an illness. Medicine. Medicine. Have you taken your medicine today? The act or process of treating a person or disease with medicine. Medication. Medication. He's on medication for high blood pressure. A person who works with you. Colleague. Colleague. She discussed the idea with some of her colleagues. To make something new from something that has been used before. Recycle. Recycle. We recycle all our paper and glass.
A person who studies or writes about history. Historian. Historian. A historian must have a vivid imagination, producing very clear pictures in your mind. Vivid. Vivid. I've been having extraordinarily vivid dreams recently. Not long ago. Recently. Recently. A new species of plant was recently discovered in Africa. A plant or animal group whose members all have similar general features. Species. Species. You can see many different bird species on the canal. An artificial river. Canal. Canal. This ship is too big to pass through the canal. The way that something feels when you touch it. Texture. Texture. She pays great attention to the surface texture of her paintings. Made by human beings. Artificial. Artificial. This artificial fabric has the texture of silk. Not special or different in any way. Ordinary. Ordinary. The book is about ordinary people. Very different from what is normal or ordinary. Extraordinarily. Extraordinarily. We were extraordinarily lucky. Relating to buying and selling things. Commercial. Commercial. This property is suitable for domestic or commercial use.
Unit 16.
Relating to people's homes and family life. Domestic. Domestic. I'm occupied with domestic tasks. Something that you have to do, often something that is difficult or unpleasant. Task. Task. He gives me a different task to complete every day. To live or stay in a place. Occupy. Occupy. They have occupied the apartment for 3 years. To tell someone about something in a way that is clear or easy to understand. Explain. Explain. She explained how the machine worked. To make something new, fresh, or strong again. Renew. Renew. I'll use this material to renew the chair covers. An activity in which someone shows, describes, or explains something to a group of people. Presentation. Presentation. The charts and graphs helped me understand the presentation. A person or group that occupies or uses another's house, office, building, or land. Tenant. Tenant. There are 7 commercial tenants in the building. Money that you gain by selling things or doing business. Profit. Profit. It's very hard for a new business to make a profit in its first year. To get something wanted or valued. Gain. Gain. She has gained a reputation as a good communicator. Someone who is able to express ideas or their feelings clearly to other people. Communicator. Communicator. Obviously, teachers have to be good communicators.
In a way that is clear for almost anyone to see or understand. Obviously. Obviously. We're obviously going to need more help. 2 pieces of bread with something between them. Sandwich. Sandwich. I usually just have a sandwich for lunch. A person whose job is to take the money when a customer pays for something. Cashier. Cashier. Take this card and pay the cashier over there. A piece of paper showing that money or things were received. Receipt. Receipt. The cashier at the store gave me my change and a receipt. To say that something is true when some people may say it is not true. Claim. Claim. He claims he is innocent. To say that something is yours, especially as a right. Claim. Claim. She claimed the first seat on the bus. More than usually. Especially. Especially. I never liked long walks, especially in winter. Something that the law allows you to do. Right. Right. She has a right to know the truth. The state of being physically healthy and strong. Fitness. Fitness. I'm trying to improve my fitness by cycling. The condition of a person or thing. State. State. When we bought the house, it was in a terrible state.
Very bad or unpleasant. Terrible. Terrible. I woke up this morning feeling terrible. To put money or something valuable in a bank or other place where it will be safe. Deposit. Deposit. You can withdraw and deposit money in any of our branches. An annoying problem or situation. Inconvenience. Inconvenience. We apologize for the inconvenience caused to passengers. To say sorry for something bad you have done. Apologize. Apologize. You should apologize to your customers for wasting their money. To use more of something than is necessary or useful. Waste. Waste. He always wasted his money on useless gadgets. Helpful for doing or achieving something. Useful. Useful. That basket would be useful for picnics. If something is useless, it does not work well or it has no effect. Useless. Useless. This technology is useless if you can't operate it. A small tool or piece of equipment that does something useful or impressive. Gadget. Gadget. The kitchen is equipped with all the latest gadgets. Making a strong impression. Impressive. Impressive. Her performance was very impressive. An opinion or feeling that you have about someone or something. Impression. Impression. The candidate made a good impression.
To make someone feel slightly angry or impatient. Annoy. Annoy. It annoys me when you don't listen to what I'm saying. Annoyed because something is not happening as quickly as you want. Impatient. Impatient. After waiting in line for 20 minutes, he became impatient. Able to wait without complaining. Patient. Patient. It's difficult to be patient when you're stuck in a traffic jam. A situation in which something is so filled that movement is stopped or slowed. Jam. Jam. There is always a jam at the door. A condition that makes it easier to do something. Convenience. Convenience. I enjoy the convenience of living near a post office. The right or opportunity to have or use something. Access. Access. All public buildings should provide wheelchair access. A chair with wheels that is used by people who cannot walk. Wheelchair. Wheelchair. He was in a wheelchair for several months after the accident. A formal dinner for many people on an important occasion. Banquet. Banquet. A huge banquet was planned to celebrate the city's millennium. A period of 1,000 years. Millennium. Millennium. The book describes the changes that have occurred in the landscape over many millennia. A small room for storing things such as clothes or supplies. Closet. Closet. Her closet was filled with black clothes.
To make something full. Fill. Fill. She filled her house with antiques. A picture that shows a natural scene of land. Landscape. Landscape. She likes to paint landscapes. Relating to all the ordinary people. Public. Public. They shouldn't argue like that in public. To look directly at someone in an angry way. Glare. Glare. The teacher glared at the noisy students. In a way that shows anger. Angrily. Angrily. She glared at us angrily. To speak angrily to somebody because you disagree with them. Argue. Argue. I know it was a stupid thing to argue about. Used for emphasizing what is really true. Actually. Actually. I don't know what actually happened. Actually existing or happening. Real. Real. The movie is based on real events. The process of sending goods from one place to another. Shipment. Shipment. The toys were put in boxes for shipment. Not related to real things that happen. Unreal. Unreal. Many people go into marriage with unreal expectations.
Unit 17.
What you think or hope will happen. Expectation. Expectation. I have high expectations for this job. To take somebody's attention away from what they are trying to do. Distract. Distract. She was distracted by the sound of running water. To come to an end. Expire. Expire. Your contract expires at the end of the month. To show or point out. Indicate. Indicate. The map indicates where the treasure is buried. To put something in the ground and cover it with earth. Bury. Bury. Their ancestors are buried in the local cemetery. A place where dead people are buried. Cemetery. Cemetery. His father is buried in the cemetery on the hill. An area of land that is higher than the land around it. Hill. Hill. Hills are not as high as mountains. Letters, especially official or business letters. Correspondence. Correspondence. The editor welcomes correspondence from readers. Something used for storing or holding things. Container. Container. We put our cans and bottles in a container for recycling. A thin flat container for sheets of paper. Folder. Folder. All the correspondence is in this folder.
To offer or suggest a possible plan or action. Propose. Propose. He proposed changing the name of the company. Something that makes it difficult to think or pay attention. Distraction. Distraction. I study in the library as there are too many distractions at home. A particular area of a city or town. Neighborhood. Neighborhood. We grew up in the same neighborhood. The people who live near each other. Neighborhood. Neighborhood. The whole neighborhood heard about it. Good, valuable, or important enough for something. Worth. Worth. Do you think the car is worth buying? Without any doubt. Definitely. Definitely. The fitness center is definitely worth a visit. The qualities that make up someone's personality. Character. Character. This neighborhood has a friendly character. The feeling that something is definitely true. Belief. Belief. My teacher has a strong belief that all children can learn. Someone's character, especially the way they behave towards other people. Personality. Personality. He has a very outgoing personality and makes friends very easily. Having a feeling or belief that you can do something well. Confident. Confident. We are confident that our team will win.
A photographic copy of a document or other printed material. Photocopy. Photocopy. I made a photocopy of my letter before sending it. Having a strong and confident quality. Forceful. Forceful. He has a very forceful personality. To repair a building or old furniture so that it is in good condition again. Renovate. Renovate. We renovated the kitchen 3 years ago. To hit someone or something in a forceful way. Strike. Strike. I could hear the rain striking the rooftop. Having a lot of light from the sun. Sunny. Sunny. We found a sunny place to have lunch. A set of pages that show the days, weeks, and months of a particular year. Calendar. Calendar. Let me check my calendar. Money given to students to help pay for their education. Scholarship. Scholarship. She won a scholarship to the state university. A region of a country that has its own government for some matters. State. State. Alaska is the largest state in the U.S. To provide the money for something. Fund. Fund. The group funded 3 new scholarships. For the use of a single person or group. Private. Private. He returned to the country on his private jet.
Money or goods that you give to a person or an organization in order to help them. Donation. Donation. The organization is funded by private donations. An agreement to pay regularly to receive a product or service. Subscription. Subscription. You may cancel your subscription at any time. Information or opinions about how well you have done. Feedback. Feedback. The company uses customer feedback to improve its products. After something has happened. Afterward. Afterward. In British English, afterwards is more common than afterward. Soon, or happening only a short period of time after something. Shortly. Shortly. I bought a new umbrella but lost it shortly afterward. Something or someone that brings about a result or effect. Cause. Cause. They still don't know the cause of the accident. Something produced by a cause. Effect. Effect. This ingredient also has the effect of making your skin look younger. To prevent something from being seen. Hide. Hide. They live in a house hidden among the trees. The soft hair that covers the body of some animals. Fur. Fur. That jacket is made of rabbit fur. A small animal with a long tail and soft fur. Squirrel. Squirrel. A squirrel hid among the branches.
To gather and keep for future use. Store. Store. The squirrel forgot where he stored his nuts. Going straight to a place and not stopping or changing direction. Direct. Direct. We'll be taking a direct flight from New York to Los Angeles. A large building for storing large quantities of goods. Warehouse. Warehouse. They have more of those chairs in the warehouse. A machine that makes exact copies of writing or pictures on paper. Copier. Copier. Articles can be copies on the library copier. The state in which opposite forces are equal. Balance. Balance. Try to have a balance between work and play in your life. A person or an organization that supplies somebody with something they need. Provider. Provider. We are one of the largest providers of employment in the area. Something you can drink. Beverage. Beverage. Beverages are listed on the back of the menu. To scratch or tear somebody or something with claws. Claw. Claw. The cat claws at the door when she wants to go outside. Feeling that you want to eat. Hungry. Hungry. When our cat is hungry, she starts clawing at my legs. An example of a particular type of action or situation. Instance. Instance. This is an instance of his general attitude to his employees.
Unit 18.
A set of beliefs about how the universe was made. Religion. Religion. They never discussed religion or politics. Someone's opinions or feelings about something, especially as shown by their behavior. Attitude. Attitude. The experience changed his attitude to religion. The act or an instance of inspecting. Inspection. Inspection. Regular inspections are required of all restaurants in the area. A prize given for a special achievement. Award. Award. The film won an award for its photography. A person who receives something. Recipient. Recipient. The recipient of the award also gets a cash prize. To become larger or to affect a larger area. Spread. Spread. The fashion quickly spread from France to England. Happening in a short amount of time. Rapid. Rapid. The disease is spreading at a rapid rate. To move something forward, or to develop or improve something. Advance. Advance. Technology is advancing at an incredibly rapid pace. A way through which something can pass. Passage. Passage. There was a door at the end of the passage. A passage between rows of seats. Aisle. Aisle. He likes to sit in the aisle seat.
Bags and suitcases that you take on a journey. Luggage. Luggage. There's room for one more piece of luggage. To get money for work that you do. Earn. Earn. I was the only person in the house who was earning. Difficult or impossible to believe. Incredible. Incredible. She earned an incredible amount of money. To think that something is true. Believe. Believe. I believe they will arrive before noon. Unable to be done or to happen. Impossible. Impossible. It's impossible to predict the future. To say that something will happen in the future. Predict. Predict. It is predicted that the population will increase. To get bigger or to make something bigger. Increase. Increase. The store is increasing its prices. An area on a surface that is lower than the rest of the surface. Dent. Dent. We will replace the product with another one because it has a dent. To fasten something somewhere so that it cannot move. Fix. Fix. All tables on the ship will be fixed to the floor. To repair or correct something. Fix. Fix. I need to fix this dent in my car.
Causing great surprise or wonder. Amazing. Amazing. He has an amazing ability to learn new languages. Information, understanding, or skill that you get from experience or education. Knowledge. Knowledge. His knowledge of history is amazing. To connect or put together the parts of something. Assemble. Assemble. The shelves are easy to assemble. Someone whose job is to repair machines. Mechanic. Mechanic. The mechanic assembled the engine. Connected with knowledge of how machines work. Technical. Technical. He is going to a technical school to learn how to fix cars. To try to find someone or something. Search. Search. He searched his room for his wallet. To cut grass using a machine. Mow. Mow. He mowed grass to earn some money. An area of ground that is covered with short grass. Lawn. Lawn. The lawn needs mowing every week in summer. To a great extent. Far. Far. The damage was far worse than I'd expected. Better than other things. Superior. Superior. The new model is far superior to the old one.
A game in which two teams of 11 players try to move a ball into a goal. Soccer. Soccer. She is a superior soccer player. To make clothes using wool and sticks called knitting needles. Knit. Knit. My grandmother taught me how to knit. A warm piece of clothing that covers your upper body and arms. Sweater. Sweater. She has knitted me beautiful sweaters and socks. Every time that a particular thing happens. Whenever. Whenever. Whenever I hear that song, I think of you. To change something that has been written. Rewrite. Rewrite. The teacher asked him to rewrite the essay. Suitable or right for a particular situation or purpose. Appropriate. Appropriate. This may be an appropriate treatment for many patients. The inner surface of the top part of a room. Ceiling. Ceiling. She lay on her back staring up at the ceiling. To put one or both knees on the ground. Kneel. Kneel. She knelt in front of the fire to warm herself. A group of people gathered together for a religious service. Congregation. Congregation. The priest asked the congregation to kneel. A person who is authorized by a church to lead religious services. Priest. Priest. A priest performed their marriage ceremony.
A priest with a high rank in some Christian religions. Bishop. Bishop. The small congregation was looking forward excitedly to the visit from the bishop. The most important church in an area that a bishop controls. Cathedral. Cathedral. The cathedral had a religious painting on its ceiling. A plan of a journey, including the route and the places that you visit. Itinerary. Itinerary. Our itinerary included stops at several famous cathedrals. The main building or offices used by a large company or organization. Headquarters. Headquarters. Several companies have their headquarters in the area. The place where you work. Workplace. Workplace. Their boss told them not to bring friends into the workplace. To tell someone what you think they should do. Advise. Advise. My doctor advised me to lose some weight. Someone whose job is to design buildings. Architect. Architect. The architect showed my parents the plans for our new house. To make something continue at the same level. Maintain. Maintain. Many gardeners are needed to maintain the park. Having the necessary qualities or satisfying the necessary conditions. Eligible. Eligible. Only people over 18 are eligible to vote. The place in a hotel or office building where people go when they arrive. Reception. Reception. If you need anything, please ask at the reception desk.
Unit 19.
The process or act of trying to win. Competition. Competition. The competition is open to all readers of the magazine, as shown by something or stated by someone. According to. According to. According to the weather forecast, it's going to rain tomorrow. To make a formal statement of what is true. Testify. Testify. She refused to testify about who had given her the information. A person who sees or hears something that happened. Witness. Witness. According to witnesses, the man jumped out of his vehicle. A place where legal cases are heard. Court. Court. There wasn't enough evidence to bring the case to court. Someone whose job is to make decisions. Judge. Judge. There are normally 3 judges for the national essay competition. A formal examination of evidence in court by a judge. Trial. Trial. 10 witnesses are expected to testify at the trial today. The place where an activity or event happens. Venue. Venue. The venue of the trial has been changed. A formal party to welcome someone or to celebrate something. Reception. Reception. The hall is a popular venue for wedding receptions. Worth a lot of money. Valuable. Valuable. A lot of valuable advice can be found in this book.
To create or produce something useful for the first time. Invent. Invent. Who invented the steam engine? Very valuable or important. Precious. Precious. We can save precious time by taking this shortcut. Something that you own. Possession. Possession. This ring was my mother's most precious possession. Someone who starts their own business. Entrepreneur. Entrepreneur. He is an inventor and an entrepreneur. Having a lot of money and possessions. Wealthy. Wealthy. He is a wealthy entrepreneur. Correct and true in every detail. Accurate. Accurate. The film is not historically accurate. Accurate or true, without any mistakes. Correct. Correct. The first person to give the correct answer wins the contest. Used or happening inside a building. Indoor. Indoor. They are wealthy enough to have an indoor tennis court. A form of a noun or verb that refers to one person or thing. Singular. Singular. Woman is the singular form of women. A form of a noun or verb that refers to more than one person or thing. Plural. Plural. The plural form of the word child is children.
Suitcases, bags, or trunks used to carry things during travel. Baggage. Baggage. Baggage is an uncountable noun and is not used in the plural. To send out a program on television or radio. Broadcast. Broadcast. The radio station broadcasts the news at 7 o'clock. To move something or someone to a higher position. Lift. Lift. She lifted her hands to the sky. A device for keeping a door or gate closed. Latch. Latch. He lifted the latch and opened the gate. To make a short sound like the sound when you press a switch. Click. Click. Press the door until you hear the latch click. To make a hole in the ground or to move soil from one place to another. Dig. Dig. He dug down about 15 feet before he hit water. To dig in the earth for minerals such as gold or coal. Mine. Mine. This area has been mined for over 200 years. To allow someone to have or do what they want. Grant. Grant. He was granted a license to mine in the area. To move or become nearer to something or someone. Approach. Approach. The traffic lights turned green as we approached the junction. A piece of equipment that provides heat for cooking. Stove. Stove. She put the pan on the stove over medium heat.
Greatest or first in importance. Principal. Principal. The principal job of the police is to keep the peace. The person who is head of a school. Principal. Principal. The college principal says he's pleased with this year's results. Suitable for the purpose or situation. Proper. Proper. Please put those books back in their proper place. In a way that is right or proper. Fairly. Fairly. She treats everyone fairly. More than average, but less than very. Fairly. Fairly. It's fairly clear that there is still room for improvement. Fairly, but not very. Quite. Quite. The entertainment was quite good. Quite, but not very. Pretty. Pretty. He made a pretty profit selling his antique car. Very active and energetic. Lively. Lively. Things got pretty lively towards the end of the evening. Not interesting or lively. Dull. Dull. She fell asleep halfway through the principal's dull speech. To make tired by being dull. Bore. Bore. He bores us by telling the same jokes over and over.
Before a future event or time. In advance. In advance. You should call in advance to make an appointment. To arrange to have or use something at a particular time in the future. Book. Book. To get tickets, you have to book in advance. Not sleeping. Awake. Awake. How do you stay awake during boring lectures? Completely or entirely? Fully. Fully. The restaurant is fully booked this evening. Awake and able to understand what is happening around you. Conscious. Conscious. He was fully conscious when we found him. To make someone conscious of a possible problem or danger. Warn. Warn. She warned me that the stove was still hot. A part of a piece of furniture such as a desk, used for keeping things in. Drawer. Drawer. The photos are in the top drawer of my desk. A photograph that shows the inside of your body. X-ray. X-ray. The doctor will review the X-rays and call you with the results. The material forming animal or plant cells. Tissue. Tissue. The drug can damage the body's tissues. The hard tissue that forms the skeleton of a person or animal. Bone. Bone. The X-ray showed that the bone was broken in 2 places.
Unit 20.
The soft substance between the skin and bones. Flesh. Flesh. The knife cut through flesh and bone. Having a lot of extra flesh on your body. Fat. Fat. Try to cut out the foods that are making you fat. A machine or tool used for crushing substances. Mill. Mill. Please grind these coffee beans in the coffee mill. To break something into very small pieces or powder. Grind. Grind. The mill was used for grinding corn until the 17th century. To express something formally in speech or writing. State. State. Please state the purpose of your visit. To meet or come upon suddenly or by chance. Encounter. Encounter. She was the most remarkable woman he had ever encountered. The scientific study of matter and energy and the relationships between them. Physics. Physics. He encountered physics there. The scientific study of the structure of substances. Chemistry. Chemistry. She studied chemistry and physics at college. A person who studies or does research in the science of chemistry. Chemist. Chemist. She worked as a chemist for the water company. A short form of laboratory. Lab. Lab. The chemists were working in their lab until late at night.
To put off until later. Postpone. Postpone. We'll have to postpone the meeting until next week. To stop someone from continuing what they are saying or doing. Interrupt. Interrupt. Please don't interrupt her while she's working. A quick announcement from an official source about an important piece of news. Bulletin. Bulletin. The radio program was interrupted for a news bulletin. An official document stating that particular facts are true. Certificate. Certificate. Everyone entering the country needs to show a health certificate. Almost not, or only a very small amount. Hardly. Hardly. She was hardly able to control her excitement. The state of touching something. Contact. Contact. There should be no contact between the separate samples. Related to someone's body rather than their mind or emotions. Physical. Physical. No physical contact with other players is allowed in the game. A building or room that has equipment for doing physical exercise. Gym. Gym. My brother plays basketball in the gym after school. The wide main road that joins one town to another. Highway. Highway. I used to travel that highway with my family. Able to do something. Capable. Capable. I am capable of staying up all night.
To tell the public about a product or service in order to persuade them to buy it. Advertise. Advertise. If you want to attract customers, you need to advertise. Someone who advertises something. Advertiser. Advertiser. Advertisers will pay higher rates to advertise during this entertainment shows. Capable of becoming real. Potential. Potential. Advertisers want to reach as many potential customers as possible. Someone who answers questions, especially in a survey. Respondent. Respondent. 65% of the respondents agreed with the suggestion. To state that something is correct or true. Certify. Certify. Beef exports must be certified safe and disease-free. To give someone official approval or permission to do a job. Certify. Certify. She was certified as a teacher in 2015. Something that is added to something else to make it more attractive. Decoration. Decoration. She is certified to do interior decoration. Objects such as rings and necklaces that people wear as decoration. Jewelry. Jewelry. I don't wear jewelry of any kind. A different type of something. Variety. Variety. The lake has more than 30 varieties of fish. An object that provides a supply of electricity for something. Battery. Battery. I bought new batteries for the flashlights.
The act of ending your working or professional career. Retirement. Retirement. She decided to take an early retirement. To include something, or to have it as a part. Contain. Contain. The article contains information on how to plan your retirement. To give something to a person or organization that needs help. Donate. Donate. He donates some of his free time to volunteer work. An idea or plan that you offer for someone to consider. Suggestion. Suggestion. Please send comments and suggestions to our post office box. To do something that shows great respect for somebody or something. Honor. Honor. He has been honored with an award for his charity work. Extremely good or excellent. Outstanding. Outstanding. Tonight we will honor the school's most outstanding students. To know and remember someone or something because of previous knowledge. Recognize. Recognize. I recognized him by the way he walked. Liquid in which food has been cooked. Broth. Broth. This pork bone broth has a light flavor. To remove a substance that is floating on the surface of a liquid. Skim. Skim. I skim the fat from the broth. The process of cutting into someone's body for medical reasons. Operation. Operation. She may need an operation on her knee.
Achieving your aims or what was intended. Successful. Successful. The operation was successful. A flat case that is used for carrying papers or books. Briefcase. Briefcase. I saw him coming with his briefcase under his arm. Sweet food served after the main part of a meal. Dessert. Dessert. Coffee and tea will be served with dessert. A large area of land where it is always very dry. Desert. Desert. The Sahara Desert is the largest desert in the world. Without anything else being involved or in between. Directly. Directly. He drove her directly to her hotel. The act or force of one thing hitting another. Impact. Impact. Airbags are designed to soften the impact for crash victims. An increase in the average price level. Inflation. Inflation. The annual inflation rate is 3%. Introducing or using new ideas or methods. Innovative. Innovative. She was an imaginative and innovative manager. To ask someone for information. Inquire. Inquire. The waiter inquired whether we would like to sit near the window. During the night, or from one evening until the next morning. Overnight. Overnight. They stayed overnight at the hotel.